fellow prospectors. This is Victoria from Victoria, Oregon, or bust. And I'm trying to make myself a mini high banker out of this. I've got my dream mat, which I got from Toledo Jess, and he hangs with Flash in Your Pan, Ed Marvin. And I'm just making a video here about how I wanted to have legs for my sluice, and I've got to probably make myself some lower holes down here so that I can actually prop it up into the river, or maybe just flip these upside down and have them in reverse. But they're loosey-goosey. I really don't want to drill another hole through here, because then that would make this not go back and forth. I'm trying to not make as many holes as possible in this as I can. I did drill 2 holes for the bottom ones, and I was thinking of using you know, the sliding door lock. If you get a big bolt, sliding door bolt, the little clip that the slider goes into looks like it would fit just over the top of these, and maybe I could make something so I could just slide that in there. As it is, I've just got these bolted in, but as you can see, they just kind of wiggle around and it's not very sturdy. I'm afraid that I'm going to get in the river, probably have my sluice full of good dirt, and the whole thing will collapse on me, and that'll be the end of that. So I have to come up with a way to, it was a great idea while it lasted. I used an old, I went magnet fishing, and my son and I found a broken, well, it wasn't broken at the time, but we found a lawn chair. And these are the aluminum legs from the lawn chair, and they actually have little caps for them already. I'm missing one, but I can jerry-rig something, so I won't end up with a river going up inside my tubes. So that's recycling at its best. So I got that done. And the next project, I think I'm going to give up on that before I get frustrated. I have to think some more. The next project is going to be making this, I'm going to make another one of these. This here I learned online. It's a bucket classifier. I think this is less than an 8. This might be 20 mesh. I don't know for sure. And I just figured out that I probably did this backwards, which is not unusual to me. But these holes, if I had them, I want one of Clash Guitars, or I don't know if he makes they're like a metal basket with a handle. And I can't afford to put another $30 into anything, including legs from my poor sluice box. I'll figure it out eventually. But I'm going to cut this bucket here, and what you do is you cut the top off right here, just like I did with this one. You cut that top off right where I've got the line. It's going to be right here. And then you cut this right here, and you take this extra piece right here, and that's going to slide down inside the bucket so that your screen, which is also pressed inside here, goes down and sits nice and tight. And then I glued with a hot glue gun, I think, all around the edge to keep it from coming out. This actually has been pretty good classifier. The only thing I don't like about it is there's nothing to hang on to along the edges, and I missed that. I may drill some holes in it and put a lifting bar. Also, because I don't have a way to make smaller ones so that they nest, you've got to hope. That's the biggest problem I have. I've got that one bag, and I'm trying to figure out how to get everything I could possibly need, and I'm about to scuttle my hex pan and get me another gold claw, because I like the gold claw. I never thought I would like a pan as good as I do the gold claw, but I really like it. I've been able to find tiny, tiny, tiny gold that I have missed before. So I got that project done, and I'm not terribly, it's not level, and I got my can here. It's not level. Here's my aluminum shavings from all my drilling, but this thing here doesn't seem to be putting out the water consistently at a slow level, and I tried putting it like that, and then I put a piece of wood right here so it could bounce against the wood, and I'm still working on this, and it's not level, so I had more gold fly off the back than I actually caught. I drilled a hole here so that that could work, but then I thought, you know, it kind of hangs off the side, and that kind of would be cool for my tailings to come off the side, but then I'll have to plug that back up. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just jerry-rigging as much as I can to try and get stuff that I think I want, but I may not actually use that much. I had a gold wheel. Unfortunately, 7 years ago, it got left behind in Georgia, so I don't have it anymore. And I also need to either fabricate a punch plate for, I have a mini bazooka, and I'm going to go and show you. Well, you don't need to be shown, but gold, let me hang on, Green Mountain Gold Prospector has made a really nice clear plexiglass see-through bazooka type of sluice, which I really like. And I was looking at the slide plate, which has got little holes in it instead of the bars. I've got the bars, and what I did notice, and I want to do that to my bazooka, is the rocks get stuck in my bars, whereas his slide right over that slick plate with the holes. I just have to decide what size of holes I want to put in my slick plate, if I can find one, something like that somewhere, to cut and put somehow over the top of my bars on my bazooka. I'll show that when I get to it, but one project at a time. I'm trying to do so many things, and then I lost the keys to the camper somewhere. Now I gotta find them again. There's too many things happening at the same time. Trying to get that ready, and then I have a problem with, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about the mat. The mat either has to be no slick plate at all up here, or I'm gonna have to extend this somehow. But it won't matter because there's this big ridge of plastic right here, and I'm trying to decide whether I should cut that off, just take a razor blade and slash that off, or just go in the center and I'll go right along this seam so that it's got a little edge. And then I have, this is carpet, this is a piece of carpet plate so that goes over your seams so you don't trip over them. And I'm going to grind that down so it's flatter. And then I was thinking, well, I could put that down over that after I cut it, and that way I would have that. And I got a friend of mine who's willing to cut me another piece of metal and extend this out longer. And I'm not quite sure I have to pop rivet that on or just have a little extra piece and figure out how to make that connect. It's like when you don't have the money and you got to jerry rig everything, you're wondering, okay, where's Grandpa? I love that guy. Gold prospecting with Grandpa. He was, I think he's passed away, but he had some great inventions he did just to make do with what you got. There was a guy who said, use what you got. So I'm trying to do that. Use what I got. So that's my big projects for the day. I hope you had a great 4th of July. I did. I haven't gotten out yet. I'm still working. You know, there's no sense in going anywhere until I get these things resolved. One of the problems I had with this mat was because it's not connected down, and I don't want to do that to any way, unless I connect it with this piece up here down and cut a piece of rubber off. There's nothing to stop the water goes down underneath there, and then it floats and flabbles, you know. I haven't really looked at anybody else's sluice to see how they've made this stay down. It fits perfect in here, except for it's too long, and I'm not going to cut it. But I'm trying to figure out how I can get rid of that ridge without wrecking it. It's either the whole thing has to get glued to here, but then I won't be able to get it out to wash it and clean it up during session. So I got a lot of thinking to do about. Anybody has any ideas, please put it down in the comments. Also, click and subscribe. I can use all the subscribers I could get. Share if you know of anybody that has great ideas that would like to share them with me, because I'm trying to jerry rig things as best I can. Just getting hoses and pumps to work right, it's been a major event. I feel like I'm back at 101 in Lincoln log session. And then I've got that over there, and I don't even know what I had that going to. I think it's got spray bars going off to the side, and I was trying to, that there is a bird cage. That there was my first prototype for the this thing here, the slate for the tiny goal, but I don't even need that anymore, because I'm finding I can really process the tiny gold out really great with my gold claw. And that there, I'm going to have my friend cut and see if we can't make it narrower and longer as a really cheesy little sluice. And then that there is my gold hog mat, and I'm going to try and make a secondary sluice just for the gold hog mat, and you know, go hand in hand, you know, do some comparisons. I really like these. I think these catch the most gold. I'm really impressed, especially with like my little micro mini. Okay, well, that's enough jibber jabber for one day. Like I said, please like, don't like, make a comment, make some kind of a suggestion on what I can do about leveling this out without making more holes in the side. I really hate to wreck my sluice not knowing what I'm doing. I think I got a good idea using the legs that go to you know, my recycling of that aluminum, but I don't know whether I need a tripod. I think basically I just need to make another hole, and I don't want to do that. I don't know. Maybe I could get away with it. I'm just thinking I don't want rocks and things to get stuck on a bolt too close to the bottom, but that might keep it from floating also. Thoughts and thinking. Okay, that's another take. I will see you somewhere on the river, I hope. I can't take, that's Ed's. We'll see you on the river. No, I'll see you somewhere on the road, probably. Well, I'm trying to figure out where to go. Alright, have a good day. Bye-bye.